Okay, guys, if anyone's tuned in already, just have a little patience with me. I'm just gonna... check the audio a sec. Make sure we are actually live. But welcome. Welcome to today's stream. Mama. Go on. Over to Chow. Okay, I'm actively be watching the YouTube chat today, guys, but I will be watching the other chats as well. Okay, sorry for any feedback that happens now. For the next 2 seconds, I'm just checking the audio is working. Oh yeah, that's absolutely okay. Right, we're all ready to start, I think. I don't. Do you want to learn some blenders today or what? Yeah? Oh, I just completed a quest. What is that? What did I just... I just got an emote. Burn Angel. Ooh, that was kind of sexy. Whoa. Got a world on mobile that has other people in it for 3 max. But like... Hey? Oh. Tasting your emote. Go to any world, tap on the space icon in the top right. Something or other. That's fun. What will that mean? Oh, I swear I haven't seen these before. Okay, right, I'm getting distracted. Oh, these are cute. I like these. Are these cute? They are full fast. I have 800 more points. Yeah. Everyone's getting onesies. I just spend 90 minutes total in highlighted world. Starts in 6 hours. It's just 700 aura points. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, it's Fright Week. Monster Week and Fright Week. I love that. That sounds fun. Cool. Right. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm just looking through my achievements. Apparently, I just got some emotes, which is nice. Some angel-shaped emotes or whatever. I don't quite know what that means, but we'll go and have a look. So today, anyway, without any much further ado, we're going to be looking at some more Blender. So we're taking a break from, well, working on the Lotus directly. Today we're going to play with some geometry nodes, which are a thing which I sort of earmarked yesterday as a... Oh, does any sound weirdness? A second, we're just opening up the can of Pepsi Max. Cherry Pepsi Max, no less. Yeah, wonderful. So today I will be primarily watching the YouTube chat and responding to that as quick as a button. I also have the Twitch chat and the TikTok chat running. Kick, sadly I just don't get much love from Kick, so I'm going to leave that streaming, but there'll be no chatting on Kick, sadly. No, at the moment, not until that picks up. So if you're on Kick and you have friends that you could sort of direct this channel through some followers, then I might start paying attention to it. Until then, I'm just streaming to it and not interacting. So yeah, catch me on YouTube's probably the best way to reach out to me at the moment. But I will be checking TikTok and Twitch at intervals as well. So without any further ado, guys, let's get going. So today we're going to look at geometry nodes, as I said. So I'm just going to move into position. What I want to try and do actually is I want to try and recreate the sort of the random boxy wall at the back of the Lotus, but I want to do it procedurally. Alright, so I've been looking at a few different ways of doing it. I've been sort of really cramming geometry nodes for the last 20 minutes and trying a variety of approaches. And they're okay. They need some tweaking though, as with all things procedural generation. But the good news is I've got a good workflow down there, so it's something that we can actually work with. So follow me, and we are going to go over to here into the studio, the green screen, of course, and yeah, we'll get set up. So just over here. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at the green screen. You love it. Okay, great. Perfect. Right, here we are, guys. I think that is the right framing. I think that's the right framing. So, just get the name tag so slightly up the top of the screen. Wonderful. Okay, we're here. So this is where we are. We are looking at a matrix. This is based upon a single cube input. You can see the geometry nodes down the lower half of the screen just here. And they are lastly what's driving all of this. I've had a few goes with a few different things. So I'll just flick back to Blender a sec, sorry, so you can actually see. So I'm just going to save that before we go much further. See if I just sort of zoom outside some error a little bit. I go back to layout, you can actually see all the previous attempts I've tried to. This was dispersion. This was dispersion within a poly or a surface, I believe. And that worked okay, but it was a bit too random. It was kind of wasting geometry, and I want something a bit cleaner than that. I want something a little bit neater where things actually line up, but then they're rotated. So like a matrix with random rotation. And the next thing I tried doing was, yeah, let me just show you the geo nodes on this actually. So that's a random scatter. If I have a little luck here, can I open this, manage? Yeah, I gotta go into geometry nodes and light. So the random scatter is this one. So there's a few steps involved with this, guys. And you can see that we start with a group input. We go into distribute heights on face. It basically takes the existing volume, maps it its face, and then, yeah, starts distributing at random, which is nice. Then it takes a referential object, which is I've called particle. It is just a cube. It's a cube without a back face, actually. So I was trying to be sort of efficient with the geometry, because if I'm generating, for example, a 40 by 40, let's see, array using the 1050, array of objects, then that's quite a loss of wastage. That's two triangles pair that I'm throwing away, and every little helps when you are squeezing the performance and you're trying to keep it at a steady sort of 72 to 73 frames per second. So yeah, that was my first attempt, and as you can see, scattered. It was pretty crap. So you can see I can alter elements of this geo node. It's an incredibly powerful technology. I can't believe it's been hiding in Blender all this time, and I've just never even thought to sort of look for it. But yeah, there it is. So the random value is fed into the rotation of the instance on point, which is what gives us this this amazing variation. And that would be really good if you're looking for sort of natural patterns, maybe sort of placing objects over a landscape of some kind. Yeah, however it is. Anywho, that's not quite what we're after. We want something that's a bit more like, you know, the classic sort of wall at the back of the Lotus, which, to be honest, I should probably go in and check how many cubes by how many cubes that is at some point, because I cannot remember. But hey, let's worry about that later. So, yeah, it's really freaking cool, this. So anyway, if I move out of this, I look at this. So this was a slightly different attempt. This was actually using my first usage of frames and input values. And what I can do with this, I have on the right hand side, I may need to move over a bit so you can actually see it. So we have, I think, just over here, if I'm pointing at the right place, just get that open. Yeah, so just here, we have a load of, oh, hello, we got people on TikTok. Hi, Jeans Bowden, you right? So yeah, just over here we have a bunch of like modifiers, which are like parameters that we're passing into this. And then we've got two frames, which are, if I just sort of step myself back a little bit, we have two frames which I'll take you as input values and actually use them to vary the results. So you can see if I get close to this, I can do some really kind of nice things with this. But again, it's not quite what I was after. You know, the patterns are interesting, don't get me wrong, and that could be very useful for creating some maybe flora or natural patterns in some way. But again, it's not what I'm after in this one. You know, you all know the back wall of a Lotus. You know what it looks like, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Is basically an n by n grid that contains very small rotation variations per instance, to create that sort of unique look. And they were all manually placed in Horizons, because I could have done that programmatically, but I would have blown the budget on the animated or dynamics they call it over there. So yeah, this is now the latest attempt that I've put in. I'm just going to quickly check the chat. I am building in Blender while in VR. I am indeed, James. Yes, I am building in Blender while in VR. For my sins. Yeah, no, I figured it would be more interesting this way. But I'm building for VR. This is where it actually gets a bit weird. I'm building for Banter while standing around in Horizon Worlds while using Blender. So it worked that one out. I kill a green screen in Banter, but I thought it would be just a bit more interesting to do it this way. Hi Amy, how you doing? Here, Shetty. I know, crazy. I like doing some things. It's interesting, maybe. How good. Okay, so let's just jump back. So let's go back to our sort of latest attempt here. So this is now, I don't know why I've called this Fedgesaurus. I think I got in a spin and I just lost what I was doing. So, what I did here, is that a straight up block? That is not what I'm looking at. That's crazy. This is, in a sec. There's no way. Fudgesaurus. Why would I have called it Fudgesaurus? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain blip here. Oh. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, well, I guess let's go back to... I'm sure I was looking at this a second ago. Jesus. No, not that one. Not that one. Don't think it's that one, no. That's the random scatter. That's so weird. I'm sure I had this open a second ago. Have I got two blenders open or something? No. Okay. Let's just check in the chats a second, guys. See, is anyone saying if you're on Twitch? No one in Twitch at the moment. That's right. Oh no, I've got 3 dudes on Twitch. Hello to everyone on Twitch. 3's not bad, considering I have like no followers on Twitch. Please do feel free to, I know what they call it over there, follow. And I'm not very versed in Twitch. I stream to it, but I don't really use it. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Ah, it's a fun name. Cool. Yeah, right, so, onward. Let's just jump back to here then, so... This... I swear, right? I swear I did this. And now... He's known to, like, screw up. Because I'm sure I have this. But okay, let's just recap then. So what am I doing? I'm going to... Back to... Yeah. I'll now go try and remember how I did this. So good. Oh, is it because I'm in edit? No, I'm not in edit. Well, that's so disturbing. What do they do? I'm going to just get rid of this because I know what that is. So in here, I definitely had like a tube input. That was a thing. Okay. So I'll pop that here. And I'll try and move this up just so you can actually see it. So there's quite a lot going on one screen. And I'm working on quite a small screen as well, which is kind of interesting. So, with that, we're going to keep an eye on this actually. So with this, I've got to go instance on points, I think it was. Yeah, that's the one. Because I have a subdivision in here. This is really important. Like the actual, it's a plane. This is actually just a plane. But if I look at it in, shit. Wireframe, I should be able to see that it's actually, no, what's this? No. Okay. Okay, I have simple idea. It is a simple plane though. And so keeping the base shape is an actual simple plane. And then what I do is if I push it into here, and I push the mesh into, I think it's instance. I'm not sure. Let's just get rid of this point because you don't want that. Yeah, perfect. And the sync. Yeah, so that gives me like now a matrix of different objects, okay? But you can see that they're all overlapping. That is fairly nuts. So what I want to do now is say like, I think it's, is it transform or Oh no, I have a rotation actually in instance on points. That's good. So that means I can just take a value. And this is a trick I learned today. Obviously I'm very, very new to GeoNodes. But I can say like inputs, constant value. Now I want utilities a random value. The random value has one simple scalar value, but what I do want to do is I want to change that from a scalar to a vector. And then that allows me to pull this into the rotation here. So, wow, what a mess. I love it. And so we now entered the randosphere, where basically this thing is now, we've got a simple plane that is subdivided to sort of 4 levels. Realms of it switch that to cat multiply. Whoa, that is interesting. That's cool. I love this. I'm just playing around with sort of generators at the moment to see what interesting shapes I can make, but I do have a target in mind. This isn't pure messing around, pure chaos. So we're going to set the max of the random value to 0, okay, and then suddenly they all go back to uniform, but as I start rotating, you can see that gets really interesting. But I take that back. What I've determined from this, look at all that Z ripping, right? These cubes are actually too big. They are too big, so I'm going to take this back to like 0.1, and then I think the y is going to be like 0.1, 0.05, I think maybe. I want to make them quite, oh no, that's not what I want. Now take that value because I think that's what I want for the Z, is for depth. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I want the X and Y to be the same. So we create blocks, okay? So now we've got blocks, but I'm not happy with that because there are gaps. So I need to just kind of generally scale this up. So I'm going to try 1.1 and see what the effect of that is. Okay, I'm going to try 1.2. The great news is they're all those squares, so I don't have to guess too hard. As soon as I get one, I've got the other. So I think that's probably... It's okay to have a bit of a gap because if there's a bit of a gap, the rotations will actually take care of that, which is fine. So there we go. We've got sort of our grid of flattened cuboids now. I'm just going to quickly check the chat and see if anyone's saying hello. So, full on Twitch, but no one's saying hello. Feel free to say hello and throw me a sub if you're on Twitch. Let's have a look on TikTok. Yeah, you've had a few people in. No one's really stayed though. That's cool. But hello everyone. Oh my god, we've got 5 people on YouTube. Hello. That's incredible. Hi. How are we doing, guys? Okay? So we're doing some Blender today, or we're doing specifically some geometry nodes. I want to try procedural generation, and geonodes are the way to sort of like use node-based programming to create procedural shapes and arrays of things or distortions or whatever. And I'm really loving it. It goes in as a sort of a modifier. So the stacks on top of other modifiers. So just to bring you up to speed, we've got a subdivided plane. That's been subdivided 4 times, I believe. And now we are piping back through a geonode transformation to create sort of a 2-dimensional array. And we're going to try and randomize a little bit the rotation of each instance that falls out of it. So. And all this is building towards creating that interesting wall at the back of the white gnosis, but doing it in a procedural way that I can then use it in banter. So yeah, here we go. And maybe one day we can even bring it into Horizon Worlds. You never know. So maybe, we'll see. What's the space, I guess. Okay, so jump back to Blender. So now we've got that nicely spaced. We can have a little look at the max values on, certainly the X. If we turn that, what happens? So we've now got that lovely variation starting to come in there. And of course we should be able to see that. Yeah, we've got to see it. So if we're not happy with a particular look, we can change that. So we've done that on the X so far. What happens if we do it on the Y? So we get turns on the Y. Oh, that's really interesting, but it's too much. So we say 0.05. Okay, now I mustn't forget that also I can take these values. Oops. These are, they're not degrees apparently, these things. They are radians, which is a very different measure. Oops. So I'm going to set that into 0.3, okay? 0.3. And then maybe let's just see what happens if I do it on that as well. Oh, no, that's a spin. I'm not sure how much spin I want on it, to be honest. I'm going to say 0.1. I'm not against spin, but I'm not really scanning for a spin either. That's not really what I've got in mind. So yeah, anywho. so what we're going to do now is we're going to take these values and we're going to negate them down the bottom. So minus 0.3 and minus 0.3 and of course minus 0.2. We've got ourselves quite an interesting version of events there. That is kind of what I'm gunning for. I'm going to screenshot that. No, because I'm sure the last time we did something like this, for some reason I lost it moments later. I don't know whether it was me being an idiot, did I delete something or click something, possibly. But either way, I'm not risking that again. So let's have a little look then. If I jump into layout, we have a little look how that looks. We should actually be able to go into here. Now this plane, I think it's the planes. Plane. Yep. Yeah, and I need to rotate that along the x-axis on a, I think it's a 90 or a minus 90. I think it's minus 90 degree turn. Let's have a look what kind of pattern we've got there. Go see that has done the job. I didn't like that a lot. If I just sort of set the framed selected, I should actually be able to rotate around that more organically now. But that has done the job, guys. I like that. So the only sort of things I've got now are what I'm gonna do, and this is a secret, right? So I'm gonna tell you and you only. So listen closely. I'm actually gonna turn this tilty wall into a video screen and banter. So it's gonna be like a background effect that I can map like YouTube videos onto as playing videos on this actual wall. I think that would be a really lovely effect to do. I really had to do that. Maybe apply sort of an overtone of dark on it as well, so it sort of pre-filters it with a dark overlay. That's something I would like to achieve today if possible. So, you know, stay close. Subscribe to the channel, because if you're on my YouTube channel, that's where I do post these things. Also my Instagram. Instagram actually tends to get the videos first. There tends to be a little bit of delay. I post to YouTube about half a day later. But on Instagram, unfortunately, everything is portrait. So, you know, if you want to see the full landscape, do subscribe to me on YouTube as well, okay? YouTube gets the better quality ones, whereas I think Instagram is better for the up to the second stuff. I try and leverage all these different platforms for what they're good at, and I think Instagram's video editor is definitely superior. TikTok I kind of hit about the same time as YouTube as well, but again, that's portrait. But to be honest, I use TikTok just because there's a lot of people on it, not because I particularly like it. But yeah, I think if I can ditch any one platform, it would probably be TikTok. But hey Trinity, how you doing? Bless this. It's just because I get the feeling that like TikTok generally, that the people who tend to drop into my lives, about 0.1% of them are actually kind of into what I'm doing in any way. The rest have just been thrown in here without a reasonable reason. Whereas I find on YouTube and Twitch, people tend to end up in the stream because they kind of meant to be here. They were looking for something like this, and that means they tend to stick around, and it's a bit more meaningful that way. Whereas like TikTok is just kind of shoving people in. It's like false numbers, like, you know. But you know, what do I know? I'm not an expert on these things. I just hit them all and just look at the traffic and see who sticks around, and you know, TikTok basically throws hundreds of people through every few minutes, but no one stays. You get the occasional one might stick around and ask one question, but now the rest ain't looking for that. I don't know what they're looking for on TikTok, to be honest. Okay, so I've moved the camera accidentally. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys, so let's get back to it. Right. So what I need to do now is try and remember how many tiles I've got. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I know how many I've got, so group input, instance on points, that's subdivisions actually, that's, okay, that can't be configured in this geo because of the way I've done it. But I can increase or decrease the amount of these, and that's fine. I can always sort of chop them out afterwards. I didn't notice there was a bait command in here. Now I don't have an idea what that is. What does a bait have to do? I'm guessing that's just cancel. No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Is there a pop-up help soon? No. Don't know. Good. Hello everyone on YouTube, by the way. If you are enjoying the video, please do consider whacking that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please also consider that. I post content daily, lots of shorts at the moment. I'm trying to do longer content as well. But unfortunately, longer content does take a bit more time to make, and it doesn't tend to get the same recognition, short term at least. But I would like to build up some of that. So, okay. So I think we now have a fairly strong array, guys. But I'm going to just jump into layout a second. We're going to play with some materials. That does look pretty nice, actually. It does look pretty nice. My only worry is the variation is too great. There's a lot of holes in that, but I don't think that's a problem. It's just a nice design. And I think what I do want to do as well is I want to copy this. Okay, I'm going to grab that and move that on the x-axis this way. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, because I haven't parameterized this, I'm going to create a new version of this. So, there's a new version anyway called Fudgesaurus 2. Don't ask me why Fudgesaurus, it's just the first one that came to mind, because there's nothing behind that. Okay. So if I go into, because there's two places that I use this style of pattern. One of them is the back wall of the lotus, and the other one is the swimming pool. Okay, so what I do want to do is I want to decrease the resolution here. But where? I think that's probably... it's not exact enough. I would love to have specified this rather than relying on subdivision, but okay, it is what it is, I guess. So what I need to do now is, I guess, scale this down to like that size, and then I have to Control A and apply scale, I think. Yeah, and by applying the scale, it's the good thing is it has squished it together. That's good, because the blocks in the swimming pool sort of area, they do tend to be a little bit chunkier. But the other thing I need to do is, so if I go back to, and I've got to make sure I'm not editing this by accident, okay? So I go back to this, I'm going to just test something. If I set the max here, yeah, that's good. So I can see that's only affecting this pattern. That's vitally very important, because otherwise I'd be affecting that. And I'm actually quite happy with that one. I think that's ready to go, which is nice. But this one, I need to make these things a little bit wider. So 0.05 is going to become 0.15. Oh no, actually that's too much. Sorry, because these are only 1.25. So I'm going to set that to 0.1. I think that's okay. Yeah, kind of chubby blocks. And then here, I think the variations I've got are going to be let's say 0.4. We're going to add a bit more variation. It doesn't sound like much, but given that the variations are already on 0.3, that's pretty generous. It's a bit of an increase. So on this, I say that actually. Let's try 0.5. 5. 0.5. Yeah, let's. Again, these are not done in degrees, guys. These are radians. Okay, so they are slightly different. I can't remember exactly. My math game is not strong, but I think radians are 90. No, 5. 5 is helling, matey. Let me look that up a sec. I don't want to be feeding you guys false information. I could just, Google it. How many radians in 180? 180 degrees. Oh, okay, so 180 degrees is equal to 11 radians. Oh, was it? No, I'm sorry. Pi radians. 3.14. Right, okay, I read that wrong. I'm sorry, that was pi. I've got my font size turned down and my eyes are awful. Okay, so 180 degrees is actually at 3.14 radians. So you can see that me setting this to a reasonable value of 0.125. That's actually quite a lot of variation. But there you go. That's pretty sexy. I like that. I like that. It's good. That works. That works well. So, good. By the way, oh, hey! Spooky Baron, hello! Thank you, yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that's okay, that's okay. Like I said, I never like to get in people's faces. but when they come into the Lotus, even if they don't say much, or for example, if they're on mute the whole time, it's fine. They say I do have a sort of a side thing to sort of, you know, keep the place kid free for sure. But you know, if people are muted and I can't, you know, if I'm looking and they don't appear to be kids, then, you know, by all means they're welcome to run around. But it's not until I'm sure that they're adults that they can sort of explore the full place. So if I haven't already verified you, please just catch me during operating hours, and I will absolutely verify. That's not a problem. And yeah, thank you for coming to the Lotus as well. I'm there every day. I run it for different numbers of hours per day, but always around the same times. But I do have the operation times up in the door. Yeah, see, run by friends, not for profit. It's just a nice, calm place to hang out, usually. I don't know what theme I'm going to do tonight. I might run a goth night tonight because it's Halloween, but I might play slightly more upbeat or sort of rock music. Yeah, I'll see. Might not be full-on sort of Monster Mash, but who might have some Rob Zombie. Cool. Here we are. So, jump back. Oh, and also if you ever come into the Lotus and it appears to like list that there's people in there, but you go in there and there's actually no one in there, one of two things that's happened. Either people are like in one of the little sort of hiding spots, like behind the waterfall or the dressing room or the private rooms or whatever, or if it's me that's in there, there is a staff room in there, and sometimes I like to go in there just with my sort of my nearest and just sort of spend a bit of time with them, just in neutral territory. But I do try and make sure I'm always there and out in public for sort of operating hours. I was thinking of putting a more sophisticated sort of door mechanic on it, where when people come in, you know, this would cause a few frowns, but it would, like, unless there's a moderator present, we don't let unverified users in, but trusted users can come in. I think that could work. It's sort of like a members-only thing, but without being truly members-only. But it would sadly mean unless there are any moderators about, then no one who has never been there before could get in. That was a mouthful. But yeah, it's ideas I'm playing with. I think I do have worked out that there's a lot of places that are like high volume. They're full of people, and they tend to attract a lot of drama and problems. But making a place just a little bit more exclusive means you attract the right people. And then you have the right sort of thingy. Oh, hi Pad, if you're still there, I do have a tutorial on that. Feel free to have a little look. I obviously get asked that question about 50 times a day, so thank you for being probably number 30 so far. Great. Yeah, I do have a video, Pad. It actually explains how to do it, if you are keen or interested. Okay, so let's jump back to layout view and have a little look how that looks. So quite more jumbly, but you'll notice in the pool area, the tiles are very, very jumbly. So I think that's my two effects done, to be honest. So that was kind of what I was going to do. But today I've basically learned about geometry nodes in Blender, and that's huge. That's huge because I love doing procedural generation, because you can create such amazingly neat but random variations of things. Again, these are very, very simple examples, but this is the basis of which then I think I'm going to go on and do a whole lot more with this sort of technology. It should be good. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Right, let's have a quick check. Who is on TikTok? Anyone talking on TikTok? No one talking on TikTok. That's fine. Let's have a little look at Twitch. Okay. No one on Twitch. 6 viewers, but no one talking. Okay, that's cool. Lovely. Just minimize that a sec. So, one thing that's really cool about this actually is that if I did decide I wanted to, I'm going to create a copy of this just so I don't mess it up, right? But if I do Control-C, Control-V, and I grab that, and then move it along the, I guess, x-axis over here, I could do some really interesting stuff with this. This could be quite high poly count, so watch out for this. So what I'm going to do is go into here. Well, actually, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry, because it's using a procedural shape. Oh, what a plonker. If I was using an actual template shape, though, I could apply a bevel to one and then it would array that out to the other. But I'm like literally less than an hour into geometry nodes, so I obviously forgot about that. Whoops. What I could do, though, I guess, with this is I can create like a new shape, which would be a new mesh cube, I guess. I go just work it when that's gone. Oh wow, he's huge. Move that over here. So what I do is I'm going to scale him right down to about the size that I want him, which is going to be approximately the size of one of these over here. To get my perspectives right. Okay, scale it down. Now I need to also Control A and apply the scale. There's a very good reason for that, because until you apply the scale, it's a scaled object. That's weird. Is that inside out? Oh my god, if inside out is an object. That's crazy. So if I just flip the normals on that, if I didn't spot that. Sometimes when you scale past 0, the object goes inside out, which is intentional. It's actually a really good thing to know how to do. But, yeah. Okay, so what we have here is an actual template object. So I'm going to call it T object. Okay. And then I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go back to geometry nodes. And I can bring in this T object, right? Oh, Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny. Well, she's sending me a thanks. So I'm going to have to probably end the stream fairly shortly. And if she's online, this is fine. So that T object I've just brought into my geometry nodes. Let's just skip back a sec. So I'm looking at this pattern now. Okay. And then what I can do is, instead of having the cube here going into this instance, I can say from the geometry comes from here into instance. So now I've made the same shape from geometry. It's the same shape, but instead of using a procedural cube, I'm using geometry. So what does that do? Well, it means now I can do things like this. Check it out. If I edit this single object, and I come in a little bit closer just so you can see what I'm doing actually. If I edit this single object, right, I'm going to just change to face mode and remove the back face. So this is removing 2 triangles now from that object. So see, yeah, delete face. If I enter that, look, you can, ow. Okay, that hasn't quite done my hopes, but yes, it's, yeah, there is an explanation. It's because of the way I've arrayed it in the axis. So if I just take a quick reminder on how I've done that, I think I need to go for the upside down face. So if I just come into here and go this, delete there, delete faces, we can now see it is actually the back face that have been removed. You can see right through these cubes from the back, but from the front they are unaffected. And that's quite a neat way to go, because now that's less that the renderer has to worry about, which keeps your scene at runtime very, very fast. So that's good. Great check on Instagram. Anyone on there? I'm not streaming to Instagram. I lost the ability to stream to Instagram recently. Apparently I'm not eligible anymore. I think there's some regional problems. It thinks I'm not in the country without my seeing, which is strange. So what I can do now is, now I know the front face is this, because the opposite side of the face I removed, I can do this. Check this out. I'll get both on screen. Actually, what I'll do is I'll grab that across to here, just so you can see this master object in front of the wall. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So let's just have a quick look here. So what we do is we go in here. We're going to bevel the edges. If I just move my mouse pointer, look at that sexy. That's nice. Yeah. So you can see that I've basically just controlled the bevel on one template shape, and that is making everything else go. It creates some really nice sort of effects. But yeah, as it happens, that's kind of not what I'm after. But you know, the more I'm looking at it, the more I like it. But no, it's not what I'm after. It's not what I'm after at all. But yeah, it's still kind of cool though. Right, I'm going to end the stream, guys, but thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It was a short and sharp one, 40 minutes or so. I hope this was interesting to some of you. For me, I was just playing, to be honest. It was, I'm learning geo nodes, and I want to learn, material nodes next. So I'm probably going to go and say hi to Jenny, and then going to go and learn that. And if I'm comfortable enough that I can carry some kind of stream off with it, then I'll stream it at some point. But yeah, it might not be this afternoon now, like a little bit later. So I did a midnight stream last night, which went okay, so yeah, that's a piece of that. Anyway, right, okay, so thank you very much everyone for tuning in, and I'll bid you goodbye. I'm gonna be in the Lotus from I think I open it at either 7:30 or 8 tonight. I think it's 7:30 on Thursdays. And I might do... Yeah, it's probably going to be the spooky chaps tonight because it's Halloween. Otherwise, I'd run the dance club with a laser show. But given it's Halloween, I think it's probably more proper to run a little bit goth night. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And... yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you're not following me on Twitch, by the way, please do that as well. That would massively help because I'm very new on Twitch. I'm not sponsored or affiliated, nor do I really want to be because I don't know who to trust over there. I'm very new to it, and so yeah, please send people my way, and we'll see where we go. But thank you, and see you later.